A particularly treacherous sea creature, which was given the harmless name Peter Littleman, is the sand-colored fish that, among other places, can be found in the North and Baltic Seas. It is dangerous in that its toxic sting can lead to circulatory problems, fever, nausea, and even cardiac arrhythmias. Additionally, its sharp spine can cause months of pain, which is why the Peter Littleman is not without reason counted among the most venomous animals in Europe. It becomes particularly dangerous during the spawning season of the Peter Littleman, as the fish then gather in shallow waters near the beach and bury themselves in the sand. Despite their size of up to 50 centimeters, they are difficult to spot. If you accidentally step on one of these fish, an attack is immediate, as the spine is located on the dorsal fin. It's no wonder that there are up to 5,000 incidents involving the Peter Littleman each year at German beaches alone. Sea urchins can look very attractive, but they can also be very dangerous. Many species of sea urchins have spines that are not only sharp, but also contain toxic substances. Some sea urchins rely more on venomous spines for defense, rather than purely injurious ones, making them potentially more dangerous. It's important to know that sea urchin spines are brittle and can easily break. If the spines break, they can become sharp fragments that can cause injuries if handled carelessly. The situation becomes worse if the spines are hollow and contain toxic substances or chemicals. These toxins are usually not life-threatening, but can cause severe pain. As soon as a sea urchin spine pierces the skin, a distinct tingling sensation can be felt. The intensity of the pain increases if the species in question has venomous spines. However, it's worth noting that the pain usually subsides within 10 minutes. In Australia, we now turn our attention to the beaches and coastal areas. By the way, Australia is home not only to dangerous crocodiles, sea snakes, and spiders, but also to creatures like the cone snail. This species of snail is primarily found in tropical waters, but the most dangerous subspecies lives on the Australian continent. With a kind of toxic harpoon that it shoots from its mouth, it is capable of completely paralyzing its prey before consuming it. When threatened, it also makes use of this mechanism. The sting initiates a rather complex venom, composed of 200 different toxic substances. In humans, the cone snail's venom can cause paralysis, including respiratory paralysis, as well as balance disorders, excessive salivation, and heavy sweating. Affected individuals must seek medical attention immediately, as untreated symptoms can even lead to death. The red-bellied toad, native to southern and southeastern Asia, is easily recognizable due to its striking coloration. Its back features a vibrant combination of bright green and black, while its underside is adorned with conspicuous orange and black patterns. These bright colors serve as a warning signal to potential predators, as the toad possesses special skin glands that produce toxins for defense. Although red-bellied toads are not among the most venomous amphibians, you should avoid regular handling of them, especially if you have cuts or open wounds on your hands. The toad's toxins can cause irritation or discomfort if they come into contact with sensitive areas such as the eyes or mouth. Next, we have an extremely aggressive candidate whose deadly venom is also considered the most expensive liquid in the world. The yellow Mediterranean scorpion possesses a venom that is 18 times more potent than cyanide. At the same time, when used correctly, it also has healing properties. In the wild, however, this scorpion instills fear and terror in Turkey, North Africa, and the Arabian Peninsula, as its sting can cause circulatory problems, respiratory distress, and even sudden cardiac arrest. Although an anti-venom exists, the scorpion's attack is often fatal, especially in children. What's even more bizarre is the fact that the venom is said to be an effective treatment for tumors and diabetes. The solenodon is a mammal that belongs to a select group of venomous mammals. There are two known species, the Cuban and the Dominican solenodon. Solenodons are about the size of a large rat and have an elongated body with a characteristic long tail and sharp claws. They have a venomous bite similar to that of a snake, through which they inject venom with their teeth. The venom is located beneath their lower incisors, with specialized grooves in the teeth directing the venom into the prey. Although bites on humans are rare, the symptoms resemble those of a snake bite, including local swelling and severe pain that can last for several days. The lethality of the venom is higher in smaller animals, and solenodons themselves have developed a natural immunity to their own venom. The giant water bug, also known as the toe biter or electric light bug, is a fearsome aquatic predator found worldwide in freshwater habitats. It preys on a variety of creatures, including turtles, ducklings, and even snakes. The bite of a giant water bug can cause intense pain. As the largest true bug in the world, the giant water bug can reach impressive sizes. These bugs can fly with their large wings and have beak-like mouthparts that they use to pierce plants and capture prey. The giant water bug's reputation as a toe biter comes from its vicious bite. Its thorax, which resembles a beak, delivers a powerful bite that can quickly pierce its prey. The hunting technique of the giant water bug, in which it injects digestive juices into its prey and consumes the liquefied contents, is known as extraoral digestion. This creature also has a fascinating reproductive process. After mating, the female lays eggs on the male's back using a special organ, and the male cares for the eggs until they hatch into nymphs. This behavior is known as brooding. With its 8 long legs and a body size of up to 4 centimeters, the Sydney funnel web spider already causes palpitations in some people just at the sight of it, and for good reason. This spider, as the name suggests, is found in and around Sydney and is considered one of the most dangerous of its kind. Its deadly bite causes excruciating pain for at least 30 minutes, along with a mix of high blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, and respiratory distress. Fortunately, an antivenom has been available for 40 years, and no deaths from this spider have been reported since then, despite frequent encounters with humans. Especially during the mating season in summer and autumn, this highly aggressive spider can be found in pool areas, shafts, or even inside buildings. The Maricopa harvester ant is a widespread species found throughout Arizona. These ants are venomous, and their venom sacs are about 1 to 5 centimeters long, depending on their age. They range in color from red to brown and appear more robust compared to other harvester ants. The bite of the Maricopa ant is exceptionally strong, and it is believed that their venom is the most toxic of all insect venoms worldwide. These ants contain more venom than bees, wasps, or other ant species. It is known that just 12 stings from one of these ants can be fatal to a 12-kilogram animal. Although the Maricopa harvester ant primarily feeds on grains and seeds, they are called harvester ants due to their behavior of collecting and hoarding large quantities of seeds. Their nests, often referred to as ant hills, can become quite large and are typically made of stones and gravel. Next, we show you a caterpillar that contains an incredible 150 different toxins, despite being only 2 centimeters in size. The colorful and brightly spotted puss moth caterpillar should never be touched or picked up under any circumstances. To protect itself from potential attackers, the caterpillar can expose its spines, which break off at the slightest contact and release a dangerous cocktail of toxins. This mixture causes inflammatory swelling in humans, which, although not fatal, produces excruciatingly burning pain. Blue-spotted stingrays are distinguished by their striking blue spots that adorn their bodies. These bright blue spots serve as a warning to predators and other creatures, signaling them to keep their distance. These rays are solitary and tend to avoid potential conflicts. However, if cornered or threatened, blue-spotted stingrays can defend themselves by striking with the venomous barb at the end of their tail. The venom contained in this barb can be deadly to various species, including humans. Blue-spotted stingrays also possess an extraordinary sense called electroreception, which helps them locate prey. They can detect subtle temperature changes and electric fields generated by other animals in the sand. An animal that, at first glance, you wouldn't believe could be dangerous at all, but the platypus belongs to the rare group of venomous mammals. In fact, this mammal has a menacing venomous spur on its hind leg, which it uses in times of danger or threat. Although the venom is not lethal to humans, the sting causes extremely painful swelling that can sometimes last for years. Generally, the platypus lives a very reclusive and shy life, so unless you deliberately provoke it, there's no need to worry about an attack. There have been reports of a strange-looking blue sea slug appearing on the beaches of the Bay of Plenty, which beachgoers should handle with extreme caution. The species in question is known as Glaucus atlanticus, or the blue dragon sea slug. While this marine creature is not venomous itself, it possesses a unique defense mechanism. It feeds on organisms like the Portuguese man-o'-war and retains the stinging cells of its prey for self-defense. This adaptation allows it to deter potential threats by using the stinging cells from its food. Blue dragon sea slugs are a globally distributed species typically found in the mid-subtropics and often washed ashore, including on the Northland coast. Their blue color serves as a warning to potential predators, indicating that they are inedible due to the toxins stored in their tissues. From a small creature, we now turn to a true giant. With a weight of up to 1 ton, the Cape buffalo's imposing appearance alone suggests that it can be dangerous if approached. This is why the Cape buffalo is also known as the Black Death in its native African savanna. Although the buffalo, which is part of Africa's Big Five, is primarily a herbivore, it will attack if it feels cornered or threatened. Its extremely impressive and massive horns can even drive lions or leopards to flee. Each year, around 200 people die from buffalo attacks, usually overwhelmed by the sheer strength of the animal. Most human victims are hunters who are after the buffalo's horns and meat. Porcupines are found on every continent except Antarctica. These animals possess a defense mechanism in the form of quills, which they use to deter potential predators. Their quills can cause severe injuries and infections if they penetrate the skin. When threatened, the porcupine raises its quills and shakes them as a warning signal to potential predators. This behavior serves to intimidate and deter further attacks. If the threat persists, the porcupine may feel compelled to attack its aggressor. Porcupine quills have a unique feature. The tips are covered with microscopic, backward-facing barbs, which allow the quills to penetrate the skin more easily and make them difficult to remove. Now we come to an extremely dangerous animal that definitely belongs on this list. The Dubois sea snake is the most venomous and, at the same time, the most venom-efficient snake that exists underwater. Just a few milligrams of its venom are enough to kill a human. What's particularly treacherous about this snake is that, unlike other members of its species, you don't even notice the bite. Only after about 30 minutes do the first signs of paralysis appear, which can often lead to death. Although there is a highly effective anti-venom, it does not prevent long-term damage to organs such as the kidneys or heart. This snake, which is usually found in Pacific coral reefs, is the underwater equivalent of the inland taipan, the deadliest land snake. The mimic octopus, scientifically known as Thormoctopus mimicus, is a small species that lives in the shallow tropical waters of the Indo-Pacific. It gets its name from the striking pink, yellow, and black waves it creates with its body when alarmed. It has a unique feature among octopuses. It is the only species known to carry toxins in its muscles. Research has shown that these toxins are as deadly as those of its cephalopod relative, the blue-ringed octopus. Like other octopuses, the mimic octopus uses its ink as a defense mechanism to deceive predators. When threatened, it releases ink from its siphon, creating a cloud in the water while it quickly escapes to safety. This ink, once known as sepia, was used by artists, although it has largely been replaced by synthetic sepia today. We have an extremely rare and peculiar representative from the bird world. The hooded petahui from New Guinea is one of the only venomous birds in the world. In fact, it produces a venom similar to that of the dangerous poison dart frog. Scientists discovered the bird's unusual properties by accident when one of the biologists was scratched while capturing it, leading to temporary numbness in the wound area. Further investigations revealed that the skin and feathers of the hooded petahui contain a toxin that the bird acquires through its diet. As a result, the inhabitants of the Pacific island where the bird is native have removed most species of petahui from their diet. The giant silkworm moth caterpillar has a powerful venomous spine that can have deadly consequences, especially for people who work outdoors. These caterpillars are widespread in southern Brazil. If you are stung by one of these caterpillars, the first sting usually causes mild skin irritation. However, allergic reactions can occur, requiring hospitalization. A single sting is serious, as the venom can spread throughout the vascular system and prevent blood clotting. This has earned the creature the nickname assassin caterpillar. The effects of the giant silkworm moth caterpillar's stings have led to the tragic deaths of at least 500 people, most of whom were farmers in rural areas with limited access to modern medical facilities. The next dangerous species is only 15 millimeters in size, but its sting has an extremely severe impact and has already claimed countless lives. This makes the mosquito the deadliest insect in the world by far. The life-threatening aspect of this tiny creature is that it can transmit malaria, yellow fever, and dengue fever, diseases that can be fatal if left untreated. It is estimated that a child dies from one of these infectious diseases every 30 seconds. Annually, there are about 500 million malaria infections and 100 million cases of dengue fever. People in tropical or subtropical regions are particularly at risk, as the likelihood of encountering a mosquito carrying one of these diseases is quite high.